Hello students, today we are going to discuss about a chapter called our environment. Our environment is the surroundings that we live in and how the environmental sanitations and how does the environment health hazards causes problems in us. So these are the causes, especially the health hazards, are because of the chemicals, especially which are emitted from the factories, the vehicles, where it is required in our place, but at the same time it has to be taken care also. Accidents like volcanoes and other things, we cannot have anything in us where we cannot help it. But we can check the biological process like the bacteria, fungi, and the virus entering into our body unless until we are healthy, because it is has a direct the health hazards in our body. Now let us see why the fresh air is so important, because unless until we breathe out the fresh air, so it is going to be a problem for our health. So the quality and the components should be good in order to cause us of the unsanitary air, especially the chemical changes, the gases, the fumes, the metal which are emitted from the factories and the vehicles are going to be the biggest problem. Moreover, the fungi, bacteria, today's the virus that we are calling about a new virus, which is causing a pandemic, the parasites, they all causes a problem in human being. So, what is how we are going to correct it? The best way is to plant more and more trees, because they are the one who takes carbon dioxide and gives out oxygen and keeps the environment clean. So, what are the components which are present in there right from the childhood? We've been learning it. We live in the troposphere where the oxygen levels should be available and free of any other uh, problems. And then you can see where is the ozone layer present, stratosphere. So, what are the source of pollution we are talking about? Industry is the one who process the maximum air pollutions into the society and the environment we live, followed by transportation, because every transportation they emit carbon monoxide and sulfur dioxide. And carbon monoxide is very dangerous for our health, as well as the sulfur dioxide, which causes sulfuric acid as a acid rain. So these two, apart from others, are also very important or contribution to a source of the air pollutions. So we are talking about the pollutions, especially for the sulfur dioxide. When you are talking about sulfur dioxide, it can be from the volcanic eruption, but especially it has been emitted by our vehicles, causing a lot of problems to our lungs as well as plants and animals. Coming to nitrogen, as you know, nitrogen is also very problematic area where if they mix with the water, if the water is not cleaned properly, then it can causes acute and respiratory disease also, and also causes acid rain. Carbon monoxide, as I said, if you inhale carbon monoxide only for 15 minutes, pure carbon monoxide, a person dies, because it is an odorless and colorless. Nobody knows what happens to that. It is highly toxic. So, regarding this, but the most important thing is we are talking about an ozone layer. See, ozone layer is the layer which is present in the stratosphere and does not allow the harmful rays, especially the ultraviolet rays and infrared rays, to enter into our atmosphere. Once it is polluted, and it is like asbestos, benzene, mercury, CFC, okay, so they lead to a damage to the health, especially in the global productions, and causing a lot of interference in the damage to the vegetations also. Now they causes a lot of problems, especially air pollen like COPD, like acute and chronic respiratory disease, cardiovascular disease, mutagenic and carcinogenic. This is called cancer. So they affects every part of our body, like the central nervous system, the eyes, the nose, the cardiovascular, the liver, and so on. So you can see the picture how the vegetation is damaged and causes the global pollution. Now, I am concerned with most with the acid rain, global warming, and ozone layer perturbations. Global warming is just because of the entering of the ultraviolet rays. Because we are using a lot of CFC is emitted from the ACs, refrigerators, and so on. And if CFC is going to deplete the layer of ozone, the ultraviolet rays will enter into the atmosphere and they will cause skin cancer and mutation causing carcinogenic, and they are the one when the heat is trapped in the atmosphere and it is not taken back by the the greenhouse effect because they are trapped and the ozone layer is not absorbing them. Then what happens? The temperature rises and this leads to global warming. So you can see how the global warming are there. Instead of getting back into the atmosphere, it is staying in the earth itself. Here you can see how ozone layer, I mean, because of the CFC, they break the chlorine and the chlorine depletes the ozone layer. And as I have told you, you can see in this photograph how the ozone layer is having a hole and ultraviolet rays are entering into the atmosphere and causing a skin cancer, cancers, and so a lot of problem because the breathing problems and so on. You can see the acid rain. So two things causes acid rain, that is sulfur dioxide as well as nitrogen dioxide, causing sulfuric acid and nitric acid as an acid rain. And where are they emitted from? They are emitted only from the vehicles as well as from the factories. As you can see, the formation and the precipitations of the acid rains.